we come on the air with breaking news and the new storm track from the National Hurricane Center. Hurricane Idalia is now a Category 2, packing sustained winds near 100 miles per hour, and it's gaining strength. The life-threatening storm set to make landfall first thing tomorrow morning, but parts of Florida are already getting heavy rain and winds right now. Extremely warm water temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico, largely from climate change and those persistent heat domes this summer, are fueling this hurricane. Forecasters predict that this storm could turn catastrophic, wiping out coastal communities along a section of the Gulf Coast. And it could be, and it probably will be, the strongest storm to hit what's called the Big Bend region ever. And we're now learning Idalia will also hit Georgia and possibly South Carolina as a hurricane. Millions are under evacuation orders in 30 counties, with life-threatening storm surge of 10 to 15 feet expected in some areas. So to truly get a sense of the size of this storm, take a look at this image from space. It spans some 400 miles wide. We have team coverage with CBS's Omar Villafranca starting us off from Crystal River, Florida, where they are just hours away from feeling the hurricane's full force. Good evening, Omar.
Good evening. We're starting to see some rain here in north central Florida. But for residents who stay behind, the Citrus County Sheriff just told me that once sustained winds reach 45 miles an hour, his deputies cannot safely go out. So if a resident has a problem, they're going to have to wait until after the storm passes. Idalia's initial impact was felt from the Florida Keys up to Tampa. High winds, heavy rains, and some flooding. The eye of the storm is taking aim at the Big Bend region of Florida's Gulf Coast, which is bracing for hurricane-force winds of at least 111 miles per hour. Authorities urgently telling residents in mobile homes and areas prone to flooding to get out now.
The one consistent response from everyone who made the decision to stay is that I will never do that again. So understand that Mother Nature wins every time.
In Crystal River, Florida, Dirk Randolph and Amanda Chilcott, along with their dog Lucy, are not taking any chances, with the deadly storm surge expected to reach nearly 15 feet in some areas.
I'm not worried about the winds, I'm worried about the water. So the water raising, that's going to come in the house, it's going to ruin your car.
Evacuation orders have been issued for more than 24 counties. In Cedar Key, there's only one bridge to get on and off the island. Some fear those staying behind could be trapped after the storm.
This is my first one where I'm really concerned.
Preparing for the worst, patients are being moved out of hospitals and care centers. Close to 100 of the most vulnerable have been evacuated to higher ground.
Being safe is the appropriate thing, and erring on the side of caution is the appropriate thing.
Ted Scouten with our CBS station in Miami is in the Florida Keys.
Storm surge is expected to be a foot or two, so add that to everything. And what they're concerned about here is flooding. You can see in this area here, water has already come over the seawall. Earlier today, we were actually back by the wall, and there was no water here. Now it's completely filled.
It's pretty scary. It's kind of crazy. We've never been down here, and this is quite an experience for our first time in Key West.
5,500 National Guard troops are staging in Florida, ready to do search and rescue. But emergency managers are really concerned about widespread power outages after the storm. And that's why 25,000 power crews are standing by, ready to restore power once the storm has passed and it's safe to do so. Norah?
Omar Villafranca, thank you.